Welcome to episode 73 of the Underseason Barbecue Show, and what a week we've got for you guys.
That was a bit intense.
It is intense. Let's go, Teddy!
Hi, I'm Teddy from Teddy Grill, and you are watching the Underseason Barbecue Show.
Hey, on ya, Teddy!
So that was Teddy, and Teddy's dad, he reached out to us and said, I've just started a barbecue channel with my mini-me.
Awesome.
So he loves throwing on the apron and jumping behind the smoker or the barbecue. He says, some 4-year-olds can write their name, but mine can cook a steak.
What a legend.
So they have their own Instagram, Teddy Grills with a Z. They have 48 followers.
I think they've got a few more since then. I've chucked them a follow.
We need to up those numbers, I reckon.
We do. Follow Teddy Grills on Instagram.
So this is a father teaching his son how to smoke and barbecue meat.
Oh, he's got the snap going on. What a G.
So, Teddy, we're looking forward to following your journey, mate, and hopefully we get to meet you at Meatstock.
Yeah, that's it, mate. If you're around, come say g'day.
All right, let's move on. What is in this episode?
Right, on this episode, mate, barbecue's taking us on a bit of a geography hunt. We've also got some Tassie Q. Failed or Nailed is back, and we've got a beef breakdown.
Is it a normal episode or a...
None of these episodes are normal, mate, but there's a bit of a somewhat familiar format going on, but let's hook right in.
All right, before we get started, I've got another intro.
Let's go.
Let's get fired up. You are watching the Underseason Barbecue Show.
Sick.
All right, that's a good friend of the show, Stefani Jonathan. He has been around since day dot. He's supported us since our very first episode, and he's a good friend of the show, and that's a lot of snow.
Amazing. Looks like he's in Kyle's barbecue's backyard.
Good barbecue weather.
That's it.
When it's not snowing, he's a digital creator who enjoys food, cigars, barbecue, and living life well. He's been a big supporter of us since the beginning, and we appreciate you doing that for us.
Hell yeah, there's a bit better weather there.
Yeah, that's more like barbecue weather, isn't it?
As Ken and Van Mackelberg would say, though, mate, barbecue is not a season.
That's true.
It is true.
All right, let's move on to our dishes of the week. This one was sent to us from Stone City Barbecue, and his name is John Weislegen.
That looks amazing.
It's pretty cool, doesn't it?
Looks so delicious and vibrant.
So this is going to get a bit tricky, and you have to bear with me. He says it's the ultimate Surinamese-inspired broadyear pum chicken sandwich.
What?
I think sometimes people are fucking with me. That's what happens. They know I can't pronounce things well, so they give me all these crazy names, right? But Surinamese, I didn't even know what that was, so I had to go look it up. So first things first, Suriname is actually a country. I didn't even know it existed. It's a melting pot of Dutch, African, Indian, and Chinese cultures, and it's a country located in the northeastern Atlantic coast of South America.
Yeah, right. There'd be a bit of Caribbean influence there too going on, I reckon.
Yeah, they say Dutch, African, Indian, and Chinese cultures, so what a melting pot.
Wow.
So it's a roundabout near Colombia and Venezuela and Brazil.
Yeah, right.
So he used a rub with chilies, nutmeg, and ginger as the base, and then he added a sticky glaze featuring sweet soy, orange juice, and tomato paste. And he says the secret tool here is a brick-nick ceramic pot, and it was all cooked on the Weber Go Anywhere.
It literally looks like a pot that you would mould bricks in.
It does, doesn't it? But he's used it in the Weber to make the sticky glaze.
It's awesome.
So he's put the rub on the chicken's then gone on the barbecue, and then he's finished it with the glaze.
Amazing.
So he added a hot relish, home pickled cucumbers soaked in pickle juice, coriander, and some red onion to go with the chicken on a sandwich. It looks sensational.
I'm down to bang.
Just the attention to detail with all the ingredients, but the fact he's pickling the cucumbers as well. He's using, it looks like a really localized form of relish, but the detail on the chicken with the spices and the glaze, I mean, in a sandwich.
Yeah, sounds damn good.
All right, moving on from that one, this next one was posted by Simon. Now, he has featured on the show many times, and much like the last one, this one also caught my eye.
Are they grapes? I'm here for it.
He says he fired up the perilla and hit an O'Connor's tri-tip with a generous amount of salt. He then slow seared it away from the coals, and he served it alongside a simple, get this, thyme-infused grapes that were blistering on the grill.
Yum.
Grapes.
I love grapes. Grapes are in season at the moment, and you just basically, you put a big punnet in the top of your trolley at the start of your shop, and you only pay for half of them by the time you get to the end.
Don't tell the supermarkets.
I'll tell the supermarkets everything, mate. They can fight me.
So it was served as a taco with what looks to be some feta cheese and maybe some sriracha mayo.
Looks good.
He said, unexpectedly, the most delicious tacos he has ever made. And that's a big call. I would never in a million years have thought to put grapes with meat on a taco.
Yeah, right. I've done the old soda stream trick where you put the grapes in the bottle and hit them with the carbonated air and you get fizzy grapes. That's a good time.
Right. You reckon you could do it with this?
I reckon. It'd add another dimension, wouldn't it?
All right. Well, maybe it's something to think about for the future.
That's it. I had to throw the soda stream away, though, because it became a cockroach haven and my wife despises those little bastards.
Yeah, so does mine. I will say, when I look at things like this, I'm like, I don't know if that'd work, but every part of me wants to try it.
I'd definitely smash.
All right, let's move on. This one was posted by the infamous Lux Lover. And she is a mum of a 15-year-old that's been up since 4 a.m. She says, I am such a proud mum. He is smoking a pork shoulder roast. What are
Atta
we looking
boy.
at?
We got the sun out there breathing all weather and he's got a pork shoulder on the offset smoker getting dinner ready.
Yeah, but it's cold. It's snowing.
It's not, as you would say, barbecue weather.
So apparently he received an Oklahoma Joe Highlander for Christmas after begging for it for an entire year. This kid is 15 years old. That's what he wanted.
He's going places, mate.
So his mum said he is self-taught. He learned his technique through modern media. He watches videos on YouTube and TikTok.
That's the best teacher sometimes.
But this looks pretty good.
Looks real good.
So she says, I've never had pulled pork that tasted so good in my life. I'm literally not exaggerating. And she also baked her own rolls to go along with his pulled pork.
How good's that?
Team effort. So this was the outcome. She says, he does everything on his own. He's a perfectionist. I can't tell him anything. She also says his dad can't cook for shit.
Step aside, Dad, I got this.
So we don't know your name or anything about you, but if you reach out to us, we would love to show more of your barbecue on the show and think it's absolutely fantastic that at just 15, you are out cooking your own barbecue.
That's it. Onwards and upwards, my friend.
Yeah, really cool, hey? And a proud mum too.
Bloody oath.
All right, let's move on to failed or nailed. We haven't done this we didn't do this last week.
We didn't do this last week. No, we gave the old intuition a week off, but we're back.
All right, we ready?
We are. Ooh, yummy. Nailed.
So this one was posted by Hamchuck. They say, on Valentine's Day, my local bakery had a whole bin of this fine confectionery.
I'm into it.
What is it?
It's a donut of some sort, I think.
So it's a very interesting looking pastry. It's one of those things that you probably have to see and we can't explain to you, unfortunately. But someone in the comments did say that they bought one and it was dry.
Ooh, you've probably gone in a little bit too quick, mate. Sometimes you got to work these things up. I mean, maybe just lick some of that sugar off first and might tenderise it a bit. He's lost it.
All right, this next one was posted by Araman Dolaran, and they say, I'm on a keto diet for personal reasons, so I made myself keto tacos. Failed or nailed?
Nailed. Absolutely nailed. It's almost like a Tex-Mex Sanchoy bao.
It is.
Yeah.
So these are asada and octopus tacos topped with cilantro and a small amount of onions and a tomatillo, jalapeno, avocado salsa. That looks sensational. And some freshly squeezed lime on a slice of lettuce.
Amazing. I'd be all about that.
You could eat double of these than you could of the flour variety, right?
100% you could.
But pretty cool.
Super cool.
And the keto diet.
Keto is basically you're sort of trying to eliminate as much carb as you can.
Carbs are the devil.
Yeah, so they say.
But I love them. All right, what's the verdict? You said it was
100% nailed.
Okay, would the Mexicans approve, do you think, or would they get upset? Every time we make a taco without using a corn tortilla, they get upset. So you reckon they'd be okay with this?
I am in no position to ever speak for a Mexican.
Well, I disagree, and I raise you with this one.
What the fuck's going on here?
On behalf of Mexicans?
Mexicans would, I don't know how they'd feel about that.
Right. Well, if the previous one didn't upset them, then this one might. It was posted by JPY Collapse, and he says, my wife's tacos are something to behold.
It's almost like a Greek taco, isn't it? There's a lot of Mediterranean influence there with olives and things like that. And You got to toast your tortillas, bro.
So this next one is equally as absurd. It features carrot, broccoli, sweet potato, sesame seeds, and blueberries.
Ooh, he's eaten half of one and put it back for a photo. I mean, I don't know, it's almost like, you know, when someone's got diabetes and they've got one of those really weird tasting autistic plates of dinner just wrapped in a tortilla.
And the one we looked at previously looks to be mixed grilled vegetables. You got zucchini, yellow squash, carrots, turnip, black olives on a blue corn tortilla. I mean, that's like 4 of the things I fucking hate about vegetables.
It looks like there's a really long bit of halloumi in there too, that white bit through the middle, but I don't know, man. Points for execution. Someone likes it, so it's definitely probably nailed, but it's not for me.
Well, I reckon that might be either turnip or maybe it's like a tofu to get a bit of protein in there.
Yeah, wild.
So here's the thing. JPY Collapse. He made these. He said, I created custom wood taco holders for my wife. He thinks so highly of her tacos that he has woodworked out some beautiful looking taco holders.
Awesome.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Well, the concept drawing just looks like 2 boobs and it's turned into an upside down McDonald's logo to hold your tacos.
No, that's Total Recall down the bottom there. That's that movie.
Yeah, the old triple tit.
Now, if my wife made tacos like that and I was pretty handy with a lathe, this is what I would make her.
In the bin.
Straight to jail. In the bin. All right, they're disgusting. I mean, look, we've had some taco-related controversies on this show, but that's going too far. You can speak on behalf – I'm going to speak on behalf of Mexicans. This ain't tacos.
Yeah, don't show this to Mexico.
All right, next. This one was posted by Upset Upstairs.
Who fucking hurt you, bro? That's failed.
Failed?
Fucking failed. What is it?
They said, apparently my lunch is gross. They probably ate this in front of somebody else and they're like, what the fuck is that? So what we're looking at is tinned mussels with blueberries and red kidney beans, not separate, all together in one bowl.
What is he, a fucking goat? Nah, straight to jail.
Failed.
Failed. The biggest fail we've had.
That's a big call.
It's true.
All right, moving on. This next one was posted by No Cry 44, and it's a 6-pound corned beef brisket flat from Costco, and it's packaged in a big plastic bag, and you can't physically see what the meat looks like, but it looks pretty good on the packet.
It does look pretty good. This could be the old Costco catfish, though.
Normally when it's packaged and you can't see it, it's for good reason. So he says, I soaked it in water overnight. I patted it dry. I used a yellow mustard binder with a rub of hard crushed black peppercorns and coriander seeds, along with some mustard powder and some Cuso's dirt. And then he threw it on the Traeger at 250F on the top rack with a water pan below it. He left it until it hit 161 with a nice dark bark. He then added a rack to the water pan, threw the brisket on top of the rack, covered the whole thing with foil to capture the steam, and left it alone until the internal was 202F and the meat probed like warm butter, he says.
Wow, he definitely knows what he's doing technique-wise. If it's going to look half as good as what's on the side of the packet, I'm going to say nailed.
You're going with nailed?
I'm going with nailed because by the sounds of it, he's bought the meat and he's done what he thinks he needs to do to elevate it, and I reckon this guy can hang.
You don't think this is a Costco packaged brisket catfish?
No, it sounds like a silver side.
Okay, let's see. This is the result.
Bang. There it is. It's one happy doggo.
So this is the result. He says he threw it in the oven, still covered at 170F for about an hour to rest, and then he sliced it against the grain. I personally did not see this coming, but that looks sensational.
That looks so good, doesn't it? Sorry, boy.
You're getting none of that.
Yeah, the mustard will kill you.
But what are we looking at?
We're looking at a beautiful pastrami brisket.
Yeah, he's got a great bark on it. It's got great colour. It looks like it's got fantastic texture, and it was packaged from Costco.
That's it. It's sliced nice and thin too, so it's still got enough to hold it together and not just pull apart. But yeah, 100% nailed.
Yeah, well done. Congratulations. So this was the end result. A great-looking Reuben, epic work by No Cry 44.
Yeah.
Looks great.
So good, man.
All right, let's move on to some talking point topics. And this one was posted by the Bagel Stein DK. And he says, I'm being told this is too rare.
Yeah, right. The old steak slice reveal videos are the flavour of the month at the moment. And I do not believe that is too rare.
Is this under or over or perfect?
I think it's perfect for rare. I mean, it's coast to coast.
Apparently people are split 50-50. They think it's either perfect or too rare. No one thinks it's over, which he thinks is crazy because he thinks this is over.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely nice and rare, but yeah.
So it had a 2-day dry brine and then was smoked at 250F for about 1.5 to 2 hours. He pulled it at 130 internal, rested it for 30 minutes under a tent with foil, and then he seared it in a 550F oven for about 5 minutes. He didn't do a second rest. So this is finished in an oven.
Good wood-fired oven, I would imagine. But yeah, no, that's good rare for me.
Looks good.
Yeah.
He does need to sharpen his knife though.
But either that or it's a really shit cut.
All right, sensational work. So this one was sent to us by Big Chili Grillers. They are veteran-owned and they specialise in open fire cooking and whole animal cooking using Texas smoke flavours and Southwest heat.
Hell yeah.
Now, they said a while back, and we mentioned it on the show, that they had a recommendation for us to keep rubs in the fridge. That's how they kept them fresh, and that's how they stopped them from drying out.
Yeah, these guys have clearly got a designated barbecue fridge, though. There's lots of sauces and lots of rubs and lots of good stuff going on in there, but I don't reckon my wife would let me take up that much real estate.
So I did ask them to send me a photo, and they finally have got around to it. They say that they usually make their own seasonings, but the few rubs in there that are the mixed rubs, the fridge seals tight and tends to keep the moisture out. They've also added a few moisture packs throughout the fridge to help keep them fresh. And they say this way their rubs never go clumpy.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I lose God knows how many jars of rubs every year to the rub clumping.
Yep, that's it.
The fridge might be the trick, and there's the proof. That's what they do.
If you're anything like me and you've got a favourite, it doesn't have time to clump up. I think there's a Alfregoni chimichurri in there I just spotted. But yeah, these guys have got a good range, so they're not going to be going through these rubs too regularly. So this is the solution.
So I've started to put my rubs in the fridge lately, and I haven't been doing it for long enough to know if it works or not. But if you have been doing it, let us know. But they seem to think that this is a great solution to that problem.
Bloody oath. Good times.
All right. Let's move on. This one might look like a paint sample swatch for an old retirement home, but it was posted by Calculate Quick, and it's actually a custom tree map showing what a 1,200-pound cow actually becomes after it's processed.
100% delicious.
So what we're looking at here is a brown area and a grey area, and the brown area is the meat. That's the meat that comes off a cow, and what blew me away a little bit is the majority of it, over 60% of it, is not meat. It's gut contents, bone, fat trim, organs, head and hooves, hide, blood, moisture loss.
Not much waste though. I mean, there's usually a home for most of this stuff, but you think about every cow and farmers sort of selling it based off meat weight. There's a bit of an angel share happening at every part of the process.
I was a little bit blown away to know that 63% of a cow is not meat that we would normally eat.
Yeah, right.
So not to say that this stuff doesn't find a home somewhere else, but most of a cow is inedible.
Yeah, true. It's crazy to think that there's 140 pounds of what's in their stomach.
Crazy, hey?
Crazy.
Okay, so I took that graphic and I visualized it, and this really does highlight for me why brisket, specifically brisket, is so expensive these days. On this chart, it says that 16 pounds of a 1,200-pound cow is brisket. So I think the graphic is a little bit off. You're going to get more like 24 pounds depending on how it's cut. But the brisket on a cow represents 2% of it.
Well, there's only 2 briskets per cow, isn't there? And then you go into the factor 2 that not always both briskets are usable, because sometimes it all depends on if the cow only lies on one side of its body when it kneels. A lot of those sort of things come into effect.
So in essence, we've all fallen in love with brisket. Texas has fallen in love with brisket. The rest of the world is falling in love with brisket, but it only represents 2% of a cow.
But also, too, you go back 10 years, this brisket's not there. It's up here.
Correct. A lot of those cuts that are down the bottom were ground beef.
Yeah, that's it.
So we're managing to use a lot more cuts of the cow more efficiently these days, and less of it's going into ground beef. But this for me kind of like blew me away, because when it comes to a cow, we are killing a lot of them to get a small amount of brisket.
Yeah, that's it. And I don't think enough light is shed on how much it actually takes to process these beasts too. So don't waste your meat.
Yeah. And when it says moisture loss there, I think that is just what naturally happens to the cow after it's slaughtered.
Yeah, so when you're
The heat
hanging
that
it,
comes out of it.
yeah, so obviously when you're hanging them and that, and I guess sort of just bleeding them out and drying them out, you do lose a bit. So, yeah, but 30 pounds, that's a lot.
And the other thing that blew me away a little bit is if you look at this graph, there's almost more weight in hide than there is in brisket, T-bone steaks, ribeyes, short ribs, New York strip, flank and skirt, filet mignon combined.
That's it. And obviously the hide does get turned into leather, so that's also not a waste product. So, yeah, good times.
Interesting though, but this does explain to me why beef is so bloody expensive.
Yeah, exactly right.
All right, rate my barbecue. It's the number one barbecue rater in the entire part of this office.
With a red microphone.
You're the most experienced online barbecue rater that I know.
From Tasmania that has a Port Macquarie-based barbecue show.
But people insist on still sending their barbecue in for you to rate because I think you take it somewhat seriously.
I do a little bit.
All right, this platter was sent to us by the Wilmington chef from Kent in southeast London.
Awesome.
Looks fantastic, doesn't it?
There's a lot going on. I love the variety.
All right, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Are you ready?
So I'm going to have a sip of coffee and then I'm going to get through it. It has peach tea, pork belly, burnt ends, cherry smoked Australian Wagyu bruschetta, Suffolk grass-fed confit beef cheek. It's got a lapsang shushan gressing ham duck with cherry hoisin, South Carolina style oak smoked pulled pork.
And what are the sides, Jay?
They have Texas hot links, wild garlic chimichurri, Carolina mustard vinegar sauce, ember potatoes with bacon, fatted camembert fondue, Texas smoked pit beans, esquitas, Caesar slaw, and sliced pickled and chilies. Right away, what are you going to give this sensational platter of barbecue? Actually, I'm going to talk it down a little bit because I've been talking it up, but yeah, it looks great.
It does. It's a visually stunning display. From what I can gather, this is all cooked in his backyard too. So, I mean, the variety is on point. You've got lots of beautiful sides there. I mean, just the amount of words that were included in those sides. Look, he's going to have to be up around 8.6.
8.6. Got any feedback for him?
Fucking send it. No, maybe the pulled pork did look a little bit dry. That's about it. And no brisket.
What the fuck is that?
That's the bruschetta. Remember, they're fucking hiding this new little brisket cut they've got over there. The UK have got their own little brisket game going on.
So you've put your Texas snobbery on and marked him down a little bit for bruschetta, not having proper brisket. Is that right?
I've got a red microphone, mate. I can do what I want.
Well, look, it's a very high score. The Wilmington Chef on Instagram. Go and give him a follow. He has some great content on there. I think he does the Bexley Barbecue School as well, but these are some photos that I pulled off his Instagram, and that is sensational culinary barbecue skills.
Yeah, that's it. It looks like he's taking a bit of his barbecue love into his chef job too, which I'm all about, baby.
Yeah, well done. Fantastic food, and thanks for sending that platter in. If you would like Sigh to rate your platter, please DM us the platter and tell us what's on it, and then Sigh will give it his expert opinion.
Purely based on what it looks like.
And sounds like. I'm pretty good at talking it up. I think I muddled all those words together, whereas I read them though, and no one's going to be able to piece it together.
That's all right. Let people use their imaginations.
Rightio. Meet the Pitmaster. Now, we kind of joke around a little bit that you're the most experienced barbecue raterer from Tasmania, right? But this guy, his name is Scott, and he's from Hall's Barbecue in your hometown of Tasmania.
Oh, Tasmania's a town, is it?
Is it a town or
It's
what?
a fucking island state, you
We
bonehead.
don't even put it on the map most of the time.
Bit of info, though. This guy's not Tasmanian.
Oh, he's a ringing.
He's a ringing. These bloody mainlanders, they come down to Tasmania and they try and tell us how to do things and change everything.
Right, and what do you get credit for? Because you fucking left.
That's why I left, mate.
All right, so Hall's Barbecue, they are a Texas-inspired, Tasmanian-made barbecue brand, and they're focused on authentic, low and slow barbecue, local produce, and they're helping to grow real barbecue culture down here.
You're surrounded by some of the most amazing produce down there, so it was only a matter of time until the barbecue bug started to bite pretty hard down there. And yeah, I think these guys are attending the Flamin' Barbecue Fest, which is in a week or two down there in Tassie, down in Hobart. So yeah, good times, but some of the queue they're slinging, mate. I mean, I reckon reckon next year they should make it a goal to come over to Victoria and do meat stock.
He says, I've been enjoying the Under-Season Barbecue show and would love to connect to see if there's any support or guidance or collaboration that you feel that you could help us with to keep the momentum building. And this looks like the Hall's Barbecue crew.
Yeah, that's it. And on the topic of collaboration, hit up the guys Running Flame, and if they want the Under-Season Barbecue show there next year, we could trip down to Tassie, mate.
Good idea.
Yeah, we could MC. We could host the whole event.
I've never been there.
Yeah, right.
Tassie.
Well, there's two parts of Tassie. There's Hobart, and then there's the rest of the state. Hobartians don't leave Hobart.
What? Why not?
Because they just jump on a plane and go to the mainland, but there's so much more to Tasmania than just Hobart.
Right. Well, I've got to get there one day. I'm saving it for my, later years when I get around in one of those motorhome things.
Just take up both lanes on the overtaken part.
Speed up when it hits dual lanes.
Fucking mainlanders.
Rightio, looking at the food, I don't know if they need any guidance. This is a box featuring brisket, a homemade jalapeno cheddar sausage with some pulled pork and sides, and it looks great.
It looks smashing.
And this is a slow-smoked beef cheek stacked on a bed of fire-charred corn salsa, then hit with a fresh punch of house-made chimichurri, and that looks sensational as well.
That looks amazing.
So they're available for catering and select markets, bringing authentic, smoky, unforgettable meals, and these sausages here look like the real deal. They are Texas-inspired but Tasmanian-made.
Righto, is he going to give us a snap?
Let's go.
So 2025.
Good looking snap though.
It's such a good looking snap.
So lastly, this is his brisket and it looks on point. Mate, you don't need any guidance. You're crushing it. But if we can offer you some validation, you are cooking some exceptional barbecue. You can go follow Hall's Barbecue on socials or get out and support them if you live in Tasmania.
Yeah, that's it. And keep spreading the low and slow love down south, boys and girls.
You were telling me before there's a couple of good places in Tasmania now.
Yeah, there's a few guys I've been following. Another one, Joshy's Barbecue. I've been watching those guys for a year or two now. And many times anything barbecue related gets announced in Tasmania, all my mates jump in the DMs asking if I'm involved. But no, there are more people involved in barbecue than just Jay and I. So
we've got the red microphone.
We've got the red microphones.
All right, let's move on to products. And following on from our last segment, while I was stalking, these are products by Hall's Barbecue, and they have a Phoenix barbecue sauce, a Carolina Gold barbecue sauce, and also they do their own grass-fed beef tallow. No shortcuts, no filler, just proper barbecue staple made the Hall's way.
That's it. And these guys are based up in Launceston, which is a bit closer to where I am actually from. Yeah, they'd know all about the Hobart versus Tasmania dilemma, but yeah, this is some good-looking product.
So you can buy them at hallsbarbecue.com.au.
Hell yeah.
All right, bit of art by Sigh. Now, we've been getting through one by one every week your artworks for meat stock, and this might be the last one for the year.
Well, I would hope so, unless you've got a surprise meat stock happening after Sydney.
I'll let you know, but this is the Sydney design. Let me know what's going on.
Righto. So this was the big mic drop design, this one, because this is the 10th year of meat stock, the 10th anniversary since we had that fateful day back in 2016 when we held meat stock in February, and we don't do that anymore because it was about 45 degrees on the ground, not including heat coming off the asphalt and smoke haze. But what we've got depicted here is the first ever meat stock design I did. I featured the big beefommet, which is the wind character there, and he's now gathered all his friends that I've used over the years in the merch design and celebrating the big 10th anniversary in Sydney. So yeah, we've got the hot rod pig, we've got the acoustic guitar playing skeleton, we've got the koala from last year, we've got the barbecue war chicken, the PBR bull, the Born Dry tattoo girl, because we actually got a pretty cool tattoo exhibition happening at this one. But yeah, so much to unpack in this edition of the Sydney installment of Meat Stock. And this merch will be hand screen printed full colour garment, only available at the Sydney event. And an Easter egg, I'm not sure if you noticed, there's a little red microphone down there in the cake.
I didn't notice it. We're there.
We're there because we're doing a live episode at Meat Stock Sydney. So get your tickets and it's going to be a good bloody time.
Well, I'm nervous. You're not.
I'm not nervous. I can just run things. You can sit there and, you just put your stuff on the screen and it'll be a good time. The live event's going to be happening on the Friday of Sydney Meat Stock, so grab your tickets for that. Come and see Jay sweat in real life, and we might even have a few little show bags to give away.
The problem is we have a really good editor. His name is Denmar, and he edits out all of my bloopers, but he's not going to be around for this live show.
No, Denmar is not going to be editing a live show.
All right.
He might, though. He might chop it up and put it on YouTube.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't fucked though, aren't I?
No, you're sweet as, mate. I'll carry you.
All right, let's move on to the dish of the week. What have you got? Last week I said that was the best thing you've ever cooked on the show.
Yeah, that was a big call.
Now, what I forgot to mention while I was critiquing the dish was that those hot cross buns had Doritos in them. And that, I think, in hindsight, was a really big element that blew me away about that dish.
Yeah, they were full of the old artificial cheese supreme flavour. So it was all just a big mouthgasm.
It was great.
It was so good.
And I still stand by exactly what I said, but I didn't give enough credit to that Dorito element, I don't think. I think that was a big thing. So if you are trying to cook them at home and just using normal hot cross buns, maybe you might not, you'd be like, Jay, full of shit. But I think if you get the Dorito ones, you will agree with me.
Bloody oath you will.
All right, let's move on. What have we got this week? Last week, 10 out of 10. This week here,
This is polar opposite, mate. We're going with a bit of a barbecue side here. So I was inspired the other day. Heritage Barbecue, which is my goat barbecue joint over there in Southern California. They showcased their Korean spiced cucumber salad, and it just really spoke to me because you and I have both discussed we both love the old cucumber and chili oil snack. But yeah, this one here, I've made myself my own sort of Korean style barbecue marinade. We poured that all over the cucumbers, and yeah, we're going to finish it with some fresh coriander and some fried garlic.
Wow. Okay, but before we jump into that, run me through the ingredients here.
Righto, so we've got some soy sauce. We've thrown in some rice wine vinegar. We've also gone in some brown sugar that is there. I actually used boiling water in it so it liquefied the sugar. Then we've got some garlic paste and some ginger paste for those quintessential Korean flavours. Then heaps of gochujang, which I had to fucking change the camera then because it wouldn't come out of the cup. But then also too, we've thrown in some salt, some pepper, some onion powder and some sesame oil. And then I've just done the old cheat code, mate, where I've thrown in some barbecue sauce to thicken it up and give it that little bit of sweetness. And then some freshly chopped green onions to give it that texture. And we've sat that in the fridge overnight. The trick with this one, though, is you don't want to sort of pour it over your cucumbers till you're about ready to serve it. Otherwise, the cucumbers go soggy and they lose that crunch.
If I make this at home, it's soy sauce and the chili oil. You've gone hell for leather here.
Well, yeah, I tried to sort of copy them as much as I could with the Korean-style barbecue marinade. And if you want a bit more of a breakdown of that sauce, just Google. That's all I do is just Google a Korean-style gochujang-based marinade and just sort of wing it and make up your own. But there we go. We've poured it on the beautifully cut Lebanese cucumbers are my go-to because they're just so fresh and crunchy all year round. Yeah, I'm ashamed to say that I was yesterday years old when I found out you can buy shakers full of fried garlic.
You haven't seen them in the supermarket?
Never heard of it. Now it's going to change my life.
The problem is when you first learn about it, you use it on everything and then you kind of get a bit sick of it.
Yeah, that's it. Much like when you find out those fried shallots, how good they are on everything. You put those in aioli on your burger, man, they're so good.
I agree. Rightio, bring them out. So just to confirm, this is a Heritage Barbecue inspired dish.
Hell yeah, we love the crew there at Heritage down in Southern California. Righto, let's build this thing. So what we've got here, we've got our Korean-style barbecue marinade with our cucumbers. We're going to hit it with a little bit more of the green onion for a bit of crunch, a bit of fresh coriander or cilantro as they'd call it. And then this here, this is the game changer, the fried garlic.
He's so excited.
Oh, all right. Let's give it a bit of a mix.
Looks good.
Load up, bro.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bro, have that with some short ribs.
They shit on the ones I do at home. Full of flavour, but it's not like it's forced. It's like a real subtle sort of flavour.
It is a really subtle marinade, which I found quite strange considering how many obnoxious ingredients, like you had to put 2 tablespoons of sesame oil in this thing, which is a lot. Normally you use drops, but it gets lost amongst everything else that's going on, and it's not overpowering at all.
No, and when you listed out all the ingredients, especially how much sesame oil and everything else, I'm like, this is just going to be too much, but it's not. It's not at all. It's actually the flavour of the cucumber kind of still shines through, which is bizarre.
Yeah, that's it. But see, I sort of sauced these up about 45 minutes ago and the cucumbers have already started to go a little bit soft. So this is literally something for me because I love the crunch. I wouldn't sauce it until I was immediately ready to serve it.
Okay, so you do it right before. You'd have the cucumbers as crunchy as they could be.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. I think this is pretty spot on. They are a little bit sort of more on the softer side, but not by much. And I do really like the, what would you call it, al dente crunch of a fresh cucumber.
Yeah, that's it. But I mean, you put that in the fridge, you've pretty much got Korean spiced pickles tomorrow.
You need to make a chicken burger with this on it.
A Korean fried kimchi chicken burger, you reckon?
How good would that be as a topping?
So good.
Instead of pickles. Heritage Barbecue, thank you for the inspiration because Sigh has knocked this out of the park. Did they have a recipe or you kind of just saw what they did and found?
I saw what they did. They sort of assembled it all in an Instagram post, didn't give any idea of what the ingredients were, but that's the beauty of Googling things now. You get the little AI breakdown at the top and it says this is the style of marinade they probably use because it's influencing them, and then you get a link to the recipe. So...
Well, look, for me now when it comes to barbecue, and I know everyone's not the same, I think the editor for Southern Living magazine just did a story trying to tell pitmasters to stop fucking with their sides.
Yeah, I saw that. He doesn't want chefy sides. It's like, okay.
The fuck?
The 90s called. They want you back.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to a barbecue joint now and my expectations are higher. I've been to plenty of barbecue joints where the sides just sit in those sort of bain-marie trays and you got your beans and all your sides. And to be honest, I don't fucking like it. And I love the barbecue, but I very rarely like the sides of those traditional barbecue joints in the States. But now that we've seen people start to pull this together, I'm like, this is what I want. I want to be able to eat barbecue, go wow, and then eat the sides and go wow too. And that's what things like this do. And they cut through the barbecue.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point. The whole point of this sort of thing is to cut through that heavy, salty smokiness of the meats.
Yeah, well, look, when it comes to elevated sides, that I'm all about it. I'm not about this stop fucking with the sides things. Please fuck with the sides. If that's what they're going to taste like, fuck with it.
Well, that's it. A couple of weeks ago, Jay told everyone to fuck their cornbread off. So, yeah, he's influencing you guys platters.
All right, to wrap this show up, let's move on to the fuck up of the week. This one was posted by Mr. Blank, and what are we looking at?
We are looking at something that has burnt very hot because it's actually melted the temperature probes, but that is a fat fire, a flare-up, and that is an unsavable piece of meat, I'm afraid.
Yes, and we've featured plenty of these ad nauseum on the show, charred, burnt, crusted fat fires in, generally speaking, sort of cheaper style pellet grills. And we've always accused the owners of not keeping their barbecues clean. Like, we're guilty of that. We're guilty of saying, hey, keep your barbecue clean. You should have cleaned it out before you put it in, or you should have an alarm set at the very least, or you should be watching it.
And we're also very guilty of not keeping our fucking barbecues clean as well.
We don't do it either. We don't preach what we teach. But he says, I don't know what happened. I just pressure washed it. The plate, I vacuumed the ash out, the dust, there was no blockage to the drippings bucket. And by the time the thermometer alarm woke me up, it was hilariously too late. He'd cleaned this thing. He'd pressure washed it. He'd vacuumed it. He made sure it had no ash, no dust. The drippings bucket was empty and it was clear. And he had a thermometer in it with an alarm and it woke him up and it was too late.
It's time to get rid of the pit boss.
Is it really sort of cheaper style pellet grill smokers that are doing this, or is it there's something else?
No, I think it's time to get rid of all barbecues because you are cursed. Like, this should not happen.
It shouldn't. And look, mate, you did all the right things and we can't say that this guy didn't clean his pit because he fucking did.
And I mean, you can sort of look at that meat too. It still looks sort of a bit raw in that corner there where you sort of could move some of the burnt ash away, but... yeah, heartbreaking either way.
Yep, and that wraps up the show.
That is the end of episode 73, and we appreciate every single one of you guys that have stuck around till the end because we put a fair bit into these, and we appreciate everyone that shows love. And yeah, we just ask that you like, subscribe to all the things. There's There's a little button on Instagram actually next to the like and the share button. It's a little sort of recycling logo. If you can hit that as much as you can, that does great things for the algorithm and cost you nothing. But yeah, we're on this journey and we just sort of want to get a bit more exposure to people that might appreciate our ramblings.
I think by now people should realise that we're out here trying to promote everyone and barbecue in general. We're trying to do it with a positive tone as well. We're not out to sort of shit on anybody, and we're out to support everybody. So whatever support you can give us is great and appreciated too.
That's it. So yeah, like, subscribe, do the things, get your meat stock tickets, and see you next Tuesday.